Let's talk about documenting our artwork. You're going to be required to submit your artwork in various stages throughout this virtual artistic learning. And there's some do's and don'ts to photographing your artwork. You don't really want, really harsh lighting. Try and find some place that has kind of soft lighting. But most importantly, let's talk about the angle of the photograph itself. I would not want to submit something like this to my teacher or whoever's looking at your artwork. Why? It's because I'm looking across the painting as opposed to at the painting. You want to use not only the guidelines on your screen or your camera or your phone, iPad, whatever you have. You want to use those guidelines, the grid that you can pull up, and also look at the edges. So if I'm looking at the edges of the frame in my screen, this looks pretty good. That doesn't. I can tell that it's slightly tilted. So I need to rotate it and make it look right. This is a little bit looking across. Try and get it nice and flat and above so that you're looking directly at the center of the piece and not across the piece like this. You can see that as I look across the piece, the painting itself changes. The proportions get a little skewed. It doesn't look like the artwork I created. So you want to make sure that you're really doing your artwork justice. Now, there are other things that you have to take into consideration. Sometimes we do really big works like this, and it may be hard to prop up and find the right angle and the right lighting and things like that. Or sometimes you're just creating something that's meant to be flat on the ground. Don't just take a picture of it like this. Instead, try and get over it like this. Now, you'll notice that my shadow is in that picture. You have to make sure that you're trying to, there's my shadow big time. Trying to get the shadow as much out of the picture as possible so that I can tell what it is you've actually done. Now, I know that it seems a little bit tricky. It's a lot to keep up with, angles, shadows, lighting, stuff like that. But I know that you can do it. Thank you, and happy arting.